We got a new camera bag from Wotancraft. This is actually a new version of a bag that they put out over a decade ago called the Easy Rider. These bags were specifically made for cyclists, motorcyclists. You know, the first year I lived here in LA, I didn't have a car for like the first 8 months that I lived here, and I was biking like easily 50 miles a day. I could get around quicker on my bike than I could if I was to rely on the metro system here in LA. What I have here is one of 3 versions of the new Easy Rider bags from Wotancraft. This one is called the Mini Rider because it's the smallest one, and then there's 2 other versions and sizes available. Even though this is the smallest one, being the Mini, it's still 4.5 liters. So that's pretty wild. For me, when I'm thinking about, commuting, if you know anything about bikes, you saw in the opening that I ride a fixie bike. I also have an e-bike though as well if I want to go really far. But either way, when biking, I like to be as minimalist as possible. So normally I would cut off the bag at around 3 liters. However, the 4.5 liters that the Mini offers is not that bad because one of the cool new features of these Easy Rider V2 bags is that they are expandable. So you're actually able to control the width of this thing. Now, I'm not able to make mine super skinny right now because, spoiler alert, I have some dividers in here, right? So obviously you could take these dividers out and then you could control the expansion with the shortening of this fidlock strap right here. So this is a cool new feature that you see all the time in Wotancraft bags. These are kind of like anti-theft kind of little clasps that they have. This is the 3rd video I've done featuring Wotancraft bags, and so I will leave a link to the previous ones down below because I'm actually a huge fan of their camera straps as well, but you can see that in a previous video after you watch this one. So yeah, that is a kind of a new feature, kind of expanding this thing. Let's just talk about some of the other features on here. Now, right away, I do have kind of an upgrade on here. If you're familiar with Wotancraft, you know that they have what they call armor modules. So all of their bags have these kind of attachments for a mole clip. So you'll see right there, you can just pop that off. And yeah, this one's kind of cool. I just call it the filter pouch because as you'll see, I do actually have a variable ND filter in there. But pretty much anything with a mole clip, you can attach right here to the front, right? Obviously, you could get creative and do all kinds of weird things with these little mole straps, maybe a carabiner or something like that. You'll notice here when I undo this, there's a nice black accent hard leather strip here, and they have the embossed Wotancraft logo right there. That's what I like about the Wotancraft bags. They're not flashy with their logos. I really like that. So then if we flip it around to the back side here, we have nice padded comfort. This is the side that's going to be riding against your back when you're riding down the road. Because if you notice from the opening, the reason why these are called the Easy Riders is because they have the 3-point harness system for extra stability when you're riding. The part that will be touching your back is very, very soft. And apparently you can fit an iPad mini in here, according to Wotancraft, so that's pretty cool. One of my favorite features of the Wotancraft bags is not only the way that the straps attach, as you'll see there, it's kind of a really nice clasp on there. I love this very anti-twist feature that all their bags have, as well as their little leather pull tab here to quickly adjust the length of your bag. Something else that is nice, the rust-free YKK zippers. Absolutely love those. They have little embossed Wotancraft rivets. Their stuff is really nice. They always have a high attention to detail. That's kind of why I always refer to Wotancraft as like a luxury camera brand. They're very nice compared to other cheapo camera bags that I bought. When I say cheapo, even when I've spent like $60 to $75 on a camera bag, they don't tend to last very long. Either the zipper rips out or breaks, something happens with the zipper, or the seams come apart. Just pick your option. I could take you out in the garage and show you a collection of old trashed camera bags that just really need to be thrown away, to be quite honest with you. But none of them are Wotancraft. You have your fidlock in the front to not only help expand the bag in size. There you see you can make it even fatter. Right there, but as you can see, you can really crunch it up. Again, I have dividers in there right now, so I can't crunch it up super. You get the idea. If you wanted to fully expand this fidlock, you could have a more traditional looking camera bag that is more dare I say, like square or lunchbox style. You'll see like all the nice accents that are on here throughout. A really nice build quality. By the way, this is water resistant nylon. So this is heavy duty nylon. I think something like 500D or something like that. It's rated. There is kind of like a hidden pocket down in here. The zipper kind of tucks away under there perfectly if you do it right. Look at that. See that? You wouldn't even know there's a zipper in there. I love it. So that's a great place to put an Apple AirTag. Let's open that up. And oh, what do I have in here though? Oh no, I have my Sekonic Lightmate, my little handheld light meter. So that's what I use because I shoot on the Leica M3. So on the back side, again, you can fit an Apple Mini in here. Let's see what we have in here. I have a little mole book in here for taking notes or what have you. I don't know if I have any. What? Is this an old one? Is this a brand new one? I might have put a brand new one in here. There are no notes. Oh my God, I cheated you guys. It's a brand new mole book. Okay, I guess Apple Notes, I don't really tend to use it too much, but my old one was full of stuff. A little Sharpie, permanent fine point pen. What I like about these is I can write on my film rolls, but we'll show you those in a minute. What else do we have in here? Ah, yeah, I always keep my press pass with me. Yeah, so I don't know, I just always carry this with me in case when I'm out documenting, whether for video or photos, people just tend to leave you alone if you have your press pass. Ah, there's my Apple AirTag. Yeah, so, but before we get into more of what's in the bag, there's also this little handle. I don't know if you saw that. There's a little handle right there. Super nice padding on here, though. It's a really nice bag. I will say, out of all of the Wotancraft bags that I have gotten over the past couple years, this is hands down my favorite one so far. Again, maybe because it's the smallest, and I kind of like them super compact, so it really makes sense for this one because it's really nice. I don't know if you noticed in the opener there when I was running up the stairs, but that puppy is not going anywhere, so it stays super stable on you even when I was running up the stairs. And keep in mind, that was filmed at like, I don't know, 100 frames or 60 frames per second with the FX6. So yes, shout out to the cinematographer on that one, the homie Jimmy Grobe. He has been a longtime member of the Dog Times crew, so he came out and helped me with that one, pulling that one off. All right, let's get in here and show you what's on the inside of this bad boy. So again, I do have these dividers in here. I don't believe that these come with dividers, but you know, you could put any divider of your choice in here. The Wotancraft ones will just match the color scheme perfectly. All right, so here's something, a treat I've been waiting to show you guys. This is all for my film lovers. In here is a little satchel from Simod Lens. This isn't made for what I'm about to show you. This is actually, you get this when you buy one of their crystals that you can put on a magic arm for like music videos. But you'll notice what I've been using it for is to hold my film. Now you have all your little rolls of film in here. You can actually fit 5 rolls in here if they're outside of their canister. If they're in their canister, you can only fit 4 with the canister, but you'll notice I do have enough room for a 5th roll in there, and I got quite a little collection of different flavors of film in there right now. Anyways, yeah, so that's a kind of a cool way to kind of carry around a lot of, not a lot of film, but, you know, at least up to 5 rolls with you. And then, yeah, you saw in the opening, so the M3, she's in there with the Leica 40mm f2 Summicron lens, and also the awesome Wotancraft strap. So I've already shown this in a previous video. You'll have to go check it out after you're done watching this one. So yeah, that's what's in there. And then also on this side, I have a 28mm f1.9 Ultron full frame lens. This is the 28mm for the M3 if I want to use it. And then of course to use that in this little satchel right here, I do have a little 28mm viewfinder. So you need that to see the 28mm frame lines with the M3. Something I had in here though is my Sony RX100 Mark VII. So I've done a full video on this little guy too. This is my favorite little pocket cam. I mean, I think everybody has seen this video by now, even Phillip Bloom. So check this out though. Then also in here, if I take these dividers out, bear with me. So you'll notice I did have 2 dividers in there, right? You'll notice another pocket in here. Really nice padding in here. This is all like microfiber padding. Don't have anything in that one right now, but there's also a flat pouch in the back behind the zipper, and that's where I have my SD cards for my pocket cam. It's just a little SD card wallet, nothing crazy. It has double side right there, and then I had a couple spare batteries in there for my RX100 as well. So that's all that was in there. So now you can really see how skinny you can squeeze this bad boy. So let's get that going. With the what I always want to call it, the fidget lock. It's a fiddle lock. Okay, so we'll make that super tight. And there you can kind of see how much you can kind of scrunch it up. So you saw before how square it was. I mean, you can see all the crap on the table that was in this bag, right? That's a lot of stuff to be hauling around. I probably wouldn't even, I don't know why. I always like to have my pocket camera with me. You know, this little thing is so tiny, the RX100. So it's crazy of me not to take that with me. I don't usually shoot more than 2 rolls at an event. I'm just not that obsessed with wasting film. But yeah, so, you know, you can get this thing very, very slim, you know, or like I said, you pop her open, stretch her out, and then it's more kind of traditional size. But the biggest benefit of this one was the 3-point harness system for riding your bike or your motorcycle or your Vespa or whatever you like to get around town on. Yeah, it's a really nice bag. It's really nice. I'm always impressed by Wotancraft's stuff. But if you do use any of the links in the description, obviously all the links in that description are all affiliate links. It's a cool little bag. Get around town. Get yourself around town. There's a lot of crap in there, huh? You can fit a lot of stuff in the 4.5 liter. There's no joke about that. Yeah. You don't have to use the 3-point system. If you just like the bag itself, this little thing is so easy to remove. You know, this little guy here, you know, if you don't need it, if you don't need the harness system, you can just take that off. That's off now. And then you'll notice down here, you can also take this off. So this is the other component of the harness, right? It's right here. And see the way that they did it, you could just squeeze this and that pops right off. So there's your whole harness system. And now you don't even need to use it as a 3-point harness if you don't want to. Now it's just a normal sling bag, you know? And even if you wanted to, you could take these off the same way. These little guys just pop off and you would just have like a little handbag, if that's your thing too, without any straps at all. I don't know how you want to roll. Roll however you want to roll, man. Glad to, you know, make a little commercial for Wotancraft. Always down and always a fan of the products. Let me know what you guys think about the company overall, what you think about the bag, what you thought about the opening shot. Go over to Instagram and give Jimmy some love. Again, he was my cinematographer on the little opener video there, and you'll see another version of it that I put on Instagram. So you'll find it. He's tagged on there. If you don't know my Instagram, here it is. I would like to remind anyone, for all of my lovers of documentary, street photography, and just travel in general, please check out the other channel and subscribe at The Freeway Life. We are finally putting content over there, and I'm so stoked about this new channel. So yeah, I would just appreciate all the love and support from my fellow street photography and film lovers. Check us out on the live streams. I'm usually live streaming every Sunday night around 7:30 p.m. West Coast time. Yeah, I feel bad. I guess I just want to keep talking because it took me so long to set all of this stuff up to shoot this. Eco-friendly nylon. Okay. All right, we're done, dude. How we roll in LA, bro? What's up, dude? You need a video guy? I'm here, bro. I got you. I got the camera, I got the tripod. I got all the shit, bro. Where you want me, dude? Come on, guys, let's get it. Fuck yeah. Florida, LA, baby. Hit it. Give me the camera. Come on, let's go, let's go.